Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for daily FM content, whether that's tactics, gameplay or other things. Be sure to comment what you'd like to see. Link in the description below to my current series where you can see the tactic in action, and also a link to all my socials. Enjoy the video and be sure to like and subscribe. Hello and welcome back to the channel, episode 9 of Ira in Charge. Halfway through the season almost, one more team to a halfway point with Leicester today. So have a look for the tactics, the transfers, expectations and their finances. So we'll start off with a tactic. Pretty similar to what we've had before, but it's a 4-1-2-3 or a 4-1-4-1, however you look at it, but pretty much the same formation. Got in goal Kasper Schmeichel, sweeper keeper support, very good goalkeeper, 16 reflexes, 16 one-on-ones, 14 agility, but also for a sweeper keeper, rushing out is 16, really good goalkeeper, 6'2", 32 years old. He is quite old, he's older than what I thought he'd be. So he is there for a few years, maybe look to get a young backup at some stage, but overall, probably one of the best goalkeepers outside top 6. Not too expensive, 130k a week. Not too bad for Leicester. But overall, a very good goalkeeper. Right back, Ricardo Pereira. We have stuck in fullback support. He can play fullback attack. I didn't want to go too offensive. I felt like he could probably play attack on the right. But Pereira on the right-hand side. 14 crossing, 14 dribbling. Even good finishing. 11 finishing, 12 composure. 16 tackling, 16 work rate. Off the ball and positioning both above 13. Marking and passing both 12. Pace is 15 plus, which is unbelievable. He's really good. Leicester have a very good side. 25 years old. Once again, another probably one of the best players outside the top 6 in terms of right backs. I think he is probably going to be at your save for a good 4 or 5 years at least. If you want to change it up, then you probably have someone incredible replacing him because he is very good. At centre back, Soyuncu and Johnny Evans, both really good defenders. Not the quickest, although 15 pace is pretty good for him, but we'll show you Evans soon. But 16 tackling, 15 marking, 16 determination, 17 bravery. For a 23-year-old, you get the gist. Very good in your save for another 4 or 5 years at least. He could probably play to his 30, but physical's really good. 6'1", not the tallest, but his heading's quite good, his jumping's great. But I like him a lot. The only downside to him is his vision's 9. So you could play him as a ball player with 12 passing, but with 9 vision, I've stuck him as a default centre-back defend. Johnny Evans, same with him as well. He has got 12 passing, 11 vision, slightly better, but I've gone for normal centre-back. Pace is 11, probably replace him in a year or so, 31 years old. We'll talk about transfers soon. But 16 tackling, 16 marking, 16 positioning. Them 3 are the most important attributes for a centre-back. So to have all of them on 16 is pretty incredible. Good bravery, good composure, good anticipation. Leadership's 15 as well, which is always good. Work rate's 14. Technically quite good as well. 12 first touch, 14 technique, 12 passing, like I say. So overall, definitely be replaced. He's either foot as well, so we put him on the left-hand side because Soyuncu's right-footed. So play him on the left. Very good centre-back for a couple of years. Left-back, Ben Chilwell. Pretty much the same as Pereira. One of the best left-backs outside the top 6. 22 years old. In for your save for probably another 7 years at least. Great pace, 16 pace, good crossing. I thought he'd be better at crossing, but he's only 12. But if you can get that up, he's 22, so he can improve a little bit. Get that to 13 or 14, and you've got a very nice player. 16 work rate. All the team's work rate is incredible, so we'll show you our tactics soon in relation to that. But good tackling, good marking, good positioning. Going forwards, 14 dribbling. Lacks a little bit in crossing, like I say, but overall, very good dead ball delivery as well. 13 corners. 11 free kicks are okay, but 13 technique. Mentals are 11 or 12 plus. All round, very nice. Fullback support for him. Could go fullback attack, like I say, but I'd rather have him on support. It's up to personal preference. I like fullback attack better, but I think for the whole sort of tactic, fullback support is much more balanced overall than anything else on the game. On this tactic, anyway. Indeed, ball-winning midfielder. Probably one of the best roles in the game. I love a ball-winning midfielder in holding midfield. We'll have a look at him in a bit more detail. He's naturally a defensive mid, but ball winner is pretty much the same, but less on the ball. His passing's 13, vision's 13, so we've got him as ball winner. Pretty much just win the ball back and give the ball away to a teammate. 19 tackling, one of the best tacklers in the league. 17 work rate, another unbelievable work rate. 18 anticipation is very important. They can read the game so well. And with his 19 tackling, he'll just win it back so easily. 13 marking. Not the best, but he can improve for sure. 22 years old, another 7 years at the club for sure. 15 teamwork, 14 positioning. Pace is okay. Stamina is great, so you can run all game. Jumping reach is good, strength is good. Concentration is okay, 13, pretty solid. But 4-star potential, I think he's just very, very good. 19 tackling for a ball winner. The most important stats are that and anticipation. 18 plus in both of them is unbelievable. He'll definitely do a job there for a good few years. Tielemans, another one, in the club for 7 years. You'll get bored of me saying it, but every player can be here for years. 22 years old. He's naturally a DLP. You could play him DLP if you wanted to. You could probably stick him there. Could be more balanced with a fullback attack to have a DLP just to cover if the fullback goes up. But I've stuck in box-to-box. I like the box-to-box AP combination in midfield. It works really well this year. But in terms of box-to-box, 13 dribbling, 12 finishing. Let me sort my chair out for a second. 11 tackling lacks a little bit, but I always feel like if you have good work rate, it makes up for the tackling ability. And plus, you've got Ndidi there. Ndidi's 19 tackling, so that's fine. 17 passing, 16 technique, 17 vision, not highlighted, but it's quite important. 16 first touch, 16 composure. The only thing he lacks is physicals. Nothing above 14, apart from agility and fitness, which isn't too important. His pace is quite slow, he's quite weak. But for a box-to-box on the ball, he's a lot better on the ball, attacking box-to-box, than a defensive box-to-box, if that makes sense. Like, if you look in previous episodes, Kouyaté was a box-to-box, but he was more of a defensive box-to-box. He couldn't dribble or pass. This one, he's more, can't really tackle or not really strong, but he can definitely work on the ball a lot better than defensively. 15 decision-making, 14 anticipation is quite good for a defensive role, but overall, very, very nice. 4.5-star potential. Probably gets poached by a bigger club if you don't give him better deals than 120k a week, but overall, very, very nice midfielder. James Maddison, everyone seems to be 22. Everyone on this team is 22 years old. But an AP, you can, like I've said in previous videos, play him as an AMC if you wanted to. I'm never a fan of this. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. Maddison AP in the centre mid is much better. AP attack always as well for me. 16 dribbling, 15 first touch, 17 free kicks, 17 corners. So set pieces will be important. 16 passing, 16 technique, 16 vision, 16 flair, 16 balance. He's pretty much 15 plus in every important stat. He is unbelievable. 4-star potential. He probably will hit 5 stars. I'm not going to lie. He probably will hit 5 stars. 65 grand a week. Probably increase that in a couple of years' time before he gets poached by Man U or something like that. He tends to move, if you're a computer playing Leicester, to Man United or a Chelsea. But composure is good. Decision making is great. Off the ball is good. Teamwork lacks a little bit. Work rate's not the best. But for an AP, a luxury player, he's pretty much the best option you can get for sure at Leicester. He's incredible. Demarai Gray on the right. There were some options here. You can if you wanted to. You could play Ayoze Perez on the right-hand side, but I definitely prefer Gray just for the pace. 16 pace, 15 acceleration, 12 crossing, 15 dribbling. He's much more of a direct player. Attack, he's not great at in terms of anticipation, so stuck him on support, I think. Yeah, winger support, just because work rate's better than anticipation. But passing's okay. Passing and vision's not great. You pretty much want Demarai Gray to just run. That's what you want. He's not the best passer. Pass and move, give and go, pretty much. Beat his man, put a cross in for Jamie Vardy, who's up front, as a pressing forward attack. Now, in this system, I tend to play APs, but pressing forwards do work well, especially for Jamie Vardy. 18 finishing, 17 aggression, 17 bravery, 16 work rate. They're the most four most important stats for a pressing forward for sure. But on top of that, off the ball 17 determination, 16 composure, 17 pace. Honestly, he will score you a lot of goals. He is 32. He'll be replaced in a couple of years, unless, to be fair, saying that, if his pace goes down to like 13, he's still a great striker. So he could play till he's like 34, 35 easily. But I would look to get a backup in a couple of years' time. But he will score you a lot of goals, especially with the tactics we've got. 18 finishing, composure, decision-making, bravery, anticipation, plus his pace will get you a lot of goals. On the left-hand side, Harvey Barnes. We've gone for an inverted winger support. I've not used this role much. He's 4.5-star potential, 21 years old. Great dribbling, great crossing. I haven't gone inside forward because he can't really finish. So we've gone for inverted winger because his crossing is better than his finishing. Pace is really good, actually. Pace is very good. Decision-making lacks, but can improve that. Passing and vision's okay for a winger. 12-13 seems to be the sort of default good winger passing vision sort of stats. So he's definitely usable. He'll go up a lot. He's currently 3 stars. So 4.5-star potential. Could look at 14 plus in all of these for sure. But really good player. I haven't used him this year personally, but I have played against him, and also people have used him that I've been told about. He's a very good player. Decision making when that goes up, like I say, decision and work rate, improve them too, and you've got a really nice player on that side. In terms of backup on the left, you can play Perez there, like I say. You can play Mark Albrighton. Not sure why you do that, to be honest with you. Not sure why you'd use him. But overall, that is the starting 11. We'll go into tactics here on the left-hand side. Attacking mentality, just because direct passing, fast tempo, pretty much what we're used to seeing Leicester play. Direct football does not mean hoofball, chat, okay? It does not mean hoofball. It means quicker, more direct passes. It's simple as, really. In possession, attacking width is standard. Pass into space, get the balls in behind to Jamie Vardy by all means, and Damari Graham-Barnes. Slightly more direct pass in there, much higher tempo. Like I said earlier, the work rates, even to fullbacks, the work rates in your midfield and your fullbacks is very, very high. So you can afford to go a higher tempo. Out of possession, counter press, counter, distribute to fullbacks and centre backs. You can if you wanted to. Get rid of centre backs, like I say, and go fullbacks only. But I think overall, let your goalkeeper have the choice of who. I would put on the play for set pieces because of Maddison's deliveries. They are 17, so I would look to put that on actually in hindsight. And low crosses there because Vardy's not the tallest. Vardy is 5'10". Jumping's not great. Heading's okay. Would go low crosses for sure. Out of possession, standard line. Could go for a higher engagement, but I'm scared if you go for that, your centre backs are quite slow. So you might get caught out. So we'll go for standard lines here. More urgent pressing. Prevent short goalkeeper for sure. Jamie Vardy's going to just hassle the centre-backs if he can. But definitely for that, for tactics. Moving on to finances. You've got 5 million in the bank, but a 30 million transfer budget. So it could cause some problems if you're buying some players in terms of debt. But definitely look to invest in some young players. I would look at my squad and say instantly, backup winger, either side would be okay. You have got obviously Gray on the right. If he's injured, Perez plays. Then you've got Albrighton as your third choice. On the left-hand side, you've got Barnes, Albrighton and Gray. So definitely look for a young winger in terms of sort of 10 to 15 million pounds. Or you can spend all of it on that. But I wouldn't because you want a backup centre-back. Johnny Evans is 31. Wes Morgan's 35. So definitely look to bring in a nice young centre-back that could develop behind. As probably as a fourth choice, maybe a cup centre-back for the first couple of years. But behind Johnny Evans and Suyuncu, you want a young centre-back to play there. So definitely go for that. You could get a goalkeeper if you wanted to. Goalkeeper's not too important. As I say, Schmeichel can play for a good few years. But definitely the top two priorities in this team are winger and centre-back. If you want to have excess money, a left-back as well. Fuchs is 33. So they're your three main roles to invest in. You could go 10 million for each, but I'd be tempted to go for sort of a 15, a 10, a 5 in terms of transfer budget for that. Wages-wise, you've got a bit of money to spend, 71k. You can lower it or change it in a couple of days' time, but I'll definitely leave it as that. Get some youngsters in who are on low wages, good development, and see how it goes from there. On to expectations. We've got qualify for Europa League, definitely achievable. Maybe your team is quite young, maybe they'll be inconsistent. That could be a problem. 22-year-old players are quite inconsistent, especially in international tournaments like Europa League and Champions League. You may struggle in later stages. But Premier League, top 6, definitely achievable. Or you could get it for the FA Cup. Win the FA Cup and you can get the Europa League from that way. But quarterfinals here, once again, achievable for sure. There's no reason why you can't. Carabao Cup, not important. Bin that off. Focus on the FA Cup and Premier League. And you can definitely reach the targets for the first year. On that note, guys, we are going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you change and if it works for you. Like and subscribe if you are new around here. And I will see you all tomorrow for a Liverpool video, which will be quite interesting to see how they do. See you later, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you all next time.